Hey there, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Skies. This is going to be your weekly update for the week of May 24th to the 30th. Apologies for it being late. I had a bit of technical difficulties, but we are back. Yes, like we never left. So, what is happening this week in the skies? The sun is in Gemini. Happy solar return, Geminis. Mercury is also in the sign of Gemini until the 28th of May, when Mercury transits into Cancer. Venus is in the sign of Gemini, and Mars is in Pisces. Now, because I did a video specifically for Venus in Gemini and Mars in Pisces, you can go and check that out. But in this video, I'll just be giving you a quick run through so you feel caught up and up to speed. Now, the sun is in Gemini from May 20th until June 20th. So, this is a time when knowledge and diversity are our main motivators. We are more sociable, intellectual, and insatiably curious during this time. Now, as a result, you may find that your energy may be and feel a bit scattered as you gain awareness of all of the options you have available to you. But a plus sign is that we are definitely more communicative and versatile. On the downside, we can be more unreliable than usual. Now, Mercury is in Gemini from May, or was in Gemini from May 11th until the 28th. So we have one more day of Mercury in Gemini when it moves into Cancer. Mercury is right at home in Gemini, which is one of the signs that Mercury rules. It also rules Virgo. Now, during this time, we have, excuse me, we have taken more pleasure in gaining superficial knowledge of many subjects rather than digging deep into, one specific topic. We are more astute when it comes to arguing or making a point. We are attracted to wordplay, puns, and negotiations. And also, we have been easily distracted. I'm sure you've been feeling these past few energies this past month. Now, on the 28th, which is a day away, Mercury is going to move into the sign of Cancer. It will remain there until August the 4th. Now, it's going to be longer than usual because Mercury is retrograde because of the Mercury retrograde, which is going to be from June 18th to July 12th. So, when Mercury is in Cancer, we move from the desire for quantity to the need for quality. Now, this is in terms of how we give and receive information. So, we're going to be thinking, speaking, and taking on information in a deeper, more instinctive type of level. We will have less interest in what is universal and more interest in what affects us personally and what affects the people around us. Our thoughts are also going to be super colored by how we are feeling, our emotional landscape. So it's more challenging during this time to be objective. Now, as I said earlier, Venus is in Gemini from April the 3rd until August the 7th. For more details as an in-depth video, I will put the link to that video down below. Now, during this time, curiosity is motivating us on a romantic as well as social level. So we're going to be having the tendency to be more animated and fun, but also keeping our distance on an emotional level. Attractions right now may be formed from a sapiosexual standpoint with captivating words as we tend to bond more readily on a mental level. Note though that the shadow side of Gemini is the tendency to be fickle. Alongside this is Mars in Pisces from May the 13th to June the 27th. So, with this aspect, we tend to feel less motivated to go after our traditional type of goals because Mars is more at home in Aries and Pisces is a more spiritual, kind of emotional energy. So, we may put others' needs ahead of our own at this time and have more of an idealistic side of us coming to the forefront. Jupiter entered Capricorn last year in December in 2019. I also did an in depth video about this, and is going to be transiting in Capricorn until the 19th of December. So, we're going to be feeling this energy for the next few months, motivating us to expand and attract more abundance. The video will be linked below. Now, Saturn is also transiting Aquarius. It has been in Aquarius from March the 21st. It will then transition back into Capricorn on July the 1st, 2020, and then move back into Aquarius on December the 17th. 2020 until March the 7th, 2023. So I will be posting a video about Saturn and its transits soon. Uranus is in Taurus. Now, Uranus first transited into Taurus in May on the 15th in 2018 to November 6th, 2018, and it's consistently in Taurus until 2025-26. So this is going to be a while of us experiencing this energy of Uranus in Taurus. Now, during this influence, we approach money and personal possessions in brand new ways. So we're learning how to free ourselves from material constraints, learning that it's not about the money, money, money. And we're just creating and innovating new ways to make ourselves comfortable during this transit. Now, also at this time, we may be less inhibited about expressing our sensuality, our self love, body love, and pampering. So, we're definitely challenging what we previously valued during this cycle. And personally, I love it. There will definitely be abrupt changes with money, valuables, possessions, and income that will lead to a reshuffling of priorities and values at this time. So be ready for, your income to start coming from non-traditional sources or ventures. Hint, hint, self-employment is the new wave. We will be bringing progressive ideas to the world of business as well. So you're going to be seeing new business ideas coming up, new apps coming into the forefront, as well as, new ways of making, viewing, and handling money in general. So income and the energy we put into making money will definitely be variable. Now, going into the daily energies, May 27th, the moon is going to continue its transit of Cancer after being in the sign of Gemini. Now, the restlessness of the Gemini moon is going to be giving way to an instinctive need for peace and quiet. A feeling of belonging and safety is what is going to be motivating us under this influence of the Cancer moon, because the moon is right at home in the sign of Cancer because it rules the sign of Cancer. Now, the moon in this position has a lot of healing potential. Our feelings are running deep right now, making it an ideal time to get in touch with what motivates us personally. Now, the moon in Cancer generally favors the following activities: domestic activities, i.e., those things that you do at home, like decorating the home, family get togethers, cleaning the home, just loving on your domestic space as well as awareness of your own personal needs. Now, there may be tensions if you feel powerless or overshadowed because Mars and Pluto are forming a semi square aspect. which is a challenging aspect. Now, we could find it challenging to express ourselves in healthy or direct ways. So, if you are feeling a difficulty in expressing yourself, just take time to breathe and revisit the communication later on if need be. Also, our desires will be really intense and difficult to satisfy, so efforts to make changes could feel thwarted, or you may feel like you are going through a sort of power struggle. Now, this is not an ideal time for having straightforward interaction. So, if you're planning on having a straightforward conversation or interaction, just put it off for another day until the energies die down. Now, there's a pending Mercury and node alignment, which means that learning, teaching, and communicating are going to figure strongly. Valuable contacts are going to be made with people who share intellectual interests with you, or who can introduce you to new ideas that will help you grow, improve, and expand. Now, the void moon period is going to transition into the moon entering Leo. May 28th, Mercury enters Cancer on this day, and we will be spending a longer it will be spending a longer time than usual in the sign. That is until August 4th, as I mentioned earlier. Now, this extended stay is because of the retrograde that is happening from June 18th to July 12th. So, if you're planning on, fixing your devices, please do so before then. Um, yeah, good advice for you. Now, when Mercury is in Cancer, we seek quality over quantity with information. We're going to be speaking, taking in information on a deeper and more intuitive level. The moon is also going to be spending the day in Leo. So when the moon is in Leo, it gives off a more devoted, affectionate, and generous energy. And because of it's forming a sextile to Venus, it's going to increase a spirit of cooperation and harmony. Now, digging deeper into the moon in Leo energies, basically, the moon in Leo speaks to our inner child. It's that warm, kind of wholehearted, loving kind of position in the sky. Pride is definitely going to keep you from pettiness, but it can also prevent you from opening up and revealing how you truly feel about something or someone. Now, during this time, your feelings are going to feel grand. You will appreciate some drama in your life, um, but try to keep it to a minimum. I mean, nobody wants over imposed drama. Now, we are also going to be threatened by anything that seems impersonal. So, this is a time when you're going to be seeking attention, you're going to want to stand out, and it's a strong time for romance and any creative activity as well. So the following activities are great for the moon in Leo. So if you're planning on doing anything creative, any activities, with your kids or involving children, any generous type of undertakings like charity, or anything in which, personal recognition is going to be featured is ideal during this time, as well as risk taking too. Now, the void moon is going to be occurring with the moon's last aspect before changing signs. So the moon is going to enter Virgo on May the 29th. So, moving on to May 29th, the moon enters Virgo. Now, when the moon is in Virgo, we tend to gravitate towards activities that are more practical in nature. So, we're going to have an urge to set things right. So, you might find yourself reorganizing and rethinking plans, redoing blueprints that you had set in place. Be careful to not be overly perfectionist during this time. So, emotional satisfaction is going to come from solving a problem, making order out of some sort of confusion, or helping others. Health matters also will come to the forefront at this time. So you're going to be noticing smaller parts that make up the whole. Instead of letting nagging details bother you, you're going to be working out on how to iron out those kinks so that you can feel more confident moving ahead this week, going on to the weekend. So the moon in Virgo is going to be favoring mental pursuits. Any type of work activities, service oriented activities, and routines. So, in general, activities that would benefit from tending to minute details are going to be favored. So, that there was your weekly wrap up. I will be back next week for more of your galactic energies in the sky. Make sure you check out our website, the link is down below. Namaste.